This and every show shall be dedicated to my man DJ Eastwood. Rest in peace, boy.
Rest in peace.
Yo. What's good?
Yo.
We back.
Be back.
Episode 12. This is your boy
Vic Knight.
I'm here as always with my man
William
Sankofa.
2 times.
And this is the
FatBuLCatchWreckShow.
Episode 12. We in here. We're
22
until we get to 13. So this is episode 22. And shout out to last week's episode. I had a real lot of fun.
Yes.
It was good to have somebody else here to balance all the craziness that I spew and the stuff that I go through, and it was good to have somebody else to vibe with us, you know.
Shout
we're
out
acquired
to
taste. You know?
Shout out to Ed Ward of Ward Legacy Studios. He definitely was a great guest to start off with. We definitely look forward to having him back in the next couple weeks. So
it's like when you it's like you meet somebody, right, and then like you vibe, and then you follow them, and then you kind of get a glimpse of what they about. And the boy he does good work. He works with a wide array of people, and if there's ever a chance for me to have pictures taken, I would definitely go to it.
Yeah, we're definitely we want to do some promo stuff, trying to get our package together. Pause.
Yeah. I mean, that's the
and
thing.
we're going to definitely go with Ed because I did some stuff with him too. So he's definitely professional. Definitely, make you look good.
A lot of people who that that know us from this is like maybe our third inclination of me and your podcast days. Like, shout out to my man Eastwood. I mean, we had something with him called the Link Up Show.
Rest in peace.
And from time to time, you might hear me reference that. But we were doing it, but we weren't doing it. You know what I mean? It was like we was doing it. We was there. We was showing up. We was kind of like, okay, this is going to happen. And then we just never really. We're not doing the things that we're doing now. We're being a little bit more mindful as far as putting out the content. Because it's a lot of people out there, fam. It's a lot of different shows. And, you're trying to stand out. You're trying to be original. You're trying to be creative. And you just see that there's a lot more that we need to be doing as far as visually, And that's coming, Get ready, because we're going to be annoying. We're going to be annoying. You know what I mean? That's the only way.
We're going to be like that mosquito or that fly at the picnic.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I was watching the Tekashi documentary, The Making of a Supervillian, which is on Showtime. Shout out to Showtime. They keep coming with the good documentaries, man. Their documentaries be like all that. Yeah. So, they did a real good job. You haven't seen it, or?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
All right, so
I do plan on watching. I just have a hard time with Tekashi. Regardless of the rat stuff, it's just I don't like. I can't rock with him like that.
Well, you're cut from a certain cloth.
Yeah.
And so am I, but I like train wrecks. I like car accidents. So it's hard for me to sit there and say, oh, I don't find this interesting, even if I'm one of those people who might see something he does and be like, yo, man, it's just crazy. What's up with homie? But this is the story, how he came that way.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. It's 3 episodes. It's 3 different parts. Very, very interesting. So I'm going to hold off on going to a major run about it until you can see it and until we can have some banter, because I have a lot of thoughts on it, and what I could basically talk about now is the fact that it's when that attention, it can be palatable. It can change somebody's life you don't even have to be real. You just have to present something, right, to the masses. And if a certain amount of the masses generate to it, it can change your life.
Yeah.
And is Tekashi as well known as Obama? No. But he's well known enough to where he's monetizing it and people's lives are changing around him and affiliations. It's a weird thing, bro.
It's just crazy to see how much of a following he still has after all the controversy that he has been through, especially in the hip hop community, being known as a rat. You know what I'm saying? He's still putting up them numbers. He's still making millions.
Well, he's not putting up as many as he used to. So the reasoning behind it has changed. Mm-hmm. Where before it was like, yo, this kid is cool, this kid is doing this, and let me see what's going on. Now it's, oh, let me see what he does. Oh, really? It's not the vibe that he's looking for. Like, we're not looking at him in admiration. We're laughing at him instead of with him now,
yeah.
Right? So you're still gonna get the look.
Yeah.
You know, people still gonna, but he's not taken nowhere near as seriously as it used to be.
Yeah.
It's an interesting watch. And I would suggest that anybody who's just a fan of a good story about, hey, here was this kid, he got to this point, and they interview everybody. The whole thing in a whole is just, it's interesting to see how a person changes. You know what I mean? And you're like, wow, man, homie was totally different maybe 3 years ago, but the experiences that you go through dictate your change. And it's just interesting to see that.
So yeah, I'll definitely check it out. We can really go
give it a not for so much him. Take him out of it and just look at the story, you know?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel old when I look at him.
Right.
And I don't know what type of time he's on, man. I don't understand it. Like, the whole gang culture in New York. Well, I know gangs were always something that was, eventually turned into crews in New York. And in all major cities, but like all this, the Bloods and the Crips in the city like that, I really don't understand it.
Well, they get into it. I mean, here's the thing. So Bobby Shumurda got out of jail, right? So I might be one of the only people that's like, so right? Yeah. So it's like, all right, so you did something, right? And you did your time, right? You didn't so-called snitch, and you're left with this admiration. Okay, for somebody who's done some things, I could see. But this dude had one song, and people are acting like, oh, hip-hop and rap is back because he's home now. And I'm like, okay, I don't get it.
But he sounds just like everybody else, though. I mean, he don't ring to me. I mean, the dance, that's all that I know from him.
Somebody put on Facebook, John. They say, name 5 good Bobby Shumurda songs. I'll wait. and I'm like, yo, you got a point. I mean, listen, it's a different type of hip hop, right? So if you say, all right, I could give it. Pop Smoke has a better impact.
Yeah. And he has more work. And he only had one major album.
Yeah. He had more work out than Bobby Shumurda, and it wasn't even that good of a song. It was like a party record.
Yeah, it was the dance.
It was. Yeah, I don't get it.
But that brings me to this topic, and this is the topic that I wanted to talk about. Like, you see how he's being celebrated for coming out of prison. Mm-hmm. Why do the communities, the hood, why do we celebrate that so much more than anything else? Like, do you celebrate Raheem from graduating from college with a master's, or do you celebrate or you go support heavily a brother that starts a business in your community, but you rather go and celebrate this brother that gets out of prison. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely, getting out of prison is a great thing. I know there's a lot of things that I've never been to prison, but I know that you face a lot of adversity being in prison, and coming out and making it out is a big thing. But why is that celebrated much more than anything else?
Well, I have been to prison, so it's celebrated because everybody knows somebody who went to jail. And that feeling of coming home, or I hate to say the term coming home, right? The term of leaving jail is a good day. You know, it's like, it's just, you feel so positive. And so the person that gets out and it's like, all right, look, I got out, I'm trying to get Wallow, case in point. Support anything Wallow do. I get it, he's on some positive stuff, right? But you come out and the first thing you do is get on a jet with 3 whores and you get a chain.
Get
and you got money and you're in the suite somewhere, and the first couple of pictures is you just still picking up from the same lifestyle that kind of done you in. Like, you were the dummy that said all this in Hot Nigga song and got indicted for it. You were the fool that said, yeah, Rock shot a nigga. Yeah, I got bodies, and yo, remember that time we stole it? Okay, you're the one that said that, right? And they started listening. You caught a wave, right? What you wanted, but everything is a double-edged sword. So you caught the wave, you took it, you did it, and then the first thing you come out is like, all right, yeah, I'm going right back in the studio. Same thing with Rowdy, his homie, Rowdy Rebel.
Yeah.
First thing he come out, he did a song on how he shooting niggas and blah, blah, blah. Like, what is you doing, fam? Go home, sit down, relax, take it all in, reflect. But the business is such that you have to keep it going.
Yeah.
You don't have time to sit down and chill and be around you. I gotta put out a number. He been going 7 years. It's dudes that been out of jail can't catch another hit.
Yeah.
So I mean, Bobby Shumurda gonna come out and he gonna change the game.
Yo, I do love the joint where he does a dance, throw his hat up, and his hat goes out in space, and it comes back to him.
Yeah, that's a 7-year-old joke. That need to be like you. Okay, you want to be relevant? Go ahead, come out. But you can still play that song. I don't need to.
See, I have more respect for people like Wallow that come out and change their life. You know, that's what it's supposed to be about. You know what I'm saying?
Because whatever you did to get in there wasn't benefiting you, right? So you gotta come out and make a change. So it also depends on what you go to jail for. I mean, they're giving him all this admiration. I don't know the man's charges, nor do it really resonate to me. But what's the line? So if you shot somebody, right, and you go to jail, do you send this whole reverence of when you come home, like, hey, welcome home, oh my God, how you think the victim feels?
Yeah, but and I guess that's my point. Like, why do we celebrate the wrong things? Because
we humans, and that's what we all do. We all root for the bad guy in the movies. Well, you need the bad guy in the movies. I tell you all the time, what's a sunny day without rain? You ain't gonna care about a sunny day if you get them every day. Yeah, so we need those people to make ourselves feel better. And you should just be thankful that, hey, I'm not in that position. I'm glad to see the boy home. Maybe he could stay out of jail. And the next song he write, he doesn't indict himself. That's all you can really do. Now, I, like you, look at other people like, why y'all so
hype?
Yo, welcome home, Bobby. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As they say, dick eating.
Yeah, like the Migos and the boy Joe Budden said something. It was crazy. Joe Budden said, was like,
Quavo.
Yeah, he was like, yo, where was they cool?
Yeah.
Like, they were two different eras.
He want to catch his wave. Yeah, I was like, did they ever do a song together?
Yeah, not that I know of. And I'm very light in that field. Yeah. But I've never heard of the Bobby Shumurda Migos track.
Yeah.
You know, the third person in the Migos has got more stance in the music industry than Bobby Shumurda.
Yeah.
And we don't even know his name. We know Offset because of Cardi, and we know Quavo.
Quavo,
And I think the other one, I forget the other guy's name all the time.
Hot Pocket?
Nah, he's the other one, you know. It's like, it's always like, what do they say, the three tenors, you know. Pavarotti. Marco Lanza and the other guy, you know what I mean? So, it's all good, man. Shout out to Shumurda, man.
Yeah.
And, yeah, whatever,
Godspeed,
nigga.
you know. I never want to wish anything ill, and I hope that he learned from his experience and does something for himself, for his family, and for his community.
Yeah, get out there and make another hit. We don't care about that parole.
Again, shout out to Wallow. Wallow, we supporting you getting off of parole. And is it parole or parole, right? Probation.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Speaking of hip hop, there was the series Hip Hop Undercover, which more or less looks at the street side of hip hop, and it's going on what you were saying.
Yeah. How the street is celebrated.
Right. Yes, we do have native tongues. Yes, we do have hieroglyphics, right? But we also have Murder Inc. We also have NWA and the Posse. There's always a balance. But in that coming with the street aspect, you have some movers and shakers, if you will.
Yeah.
Now, I was familiar with all of these people. Deb, Anthony, Bemmy, Anthony, Haitian Jack, Trick, and Big U. They made sure to cover the whole gambit of hip hop too. You got Midwest, you got West Coast,
and
East
also
Coast,
to
South.
add to when you spoke of the native tongues, Chris Lighty.
Yeah.
He was a mover and shaker too. He was part of this crew called the Violators.
Right.
And he was known in the street too.
He got on because of Busta.
Yeah.
Once again, like you get with somebody. Sometimes you need
I think
help.
He was on before Busta. He was the Jungle Brothers. He started with them, and then that's all.
Well, yeah, management
wise, I think he started with Busta.
No. Yeah, because there was the Violator record label, and then there was the entertainment company.
But before that, it was a crew. Like you know how you had the Decepticons from Brooklyn.
Okay.
And then the Violators, they were a crew that were known in the street.
Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some more research on that. But shout out to Chris Light. He's dead, right?
Yeah, he passed away.
I don't know. I don't know. I won't put nothing bad out there, but I believe there was some foul play into that. But yeah, so
baby Chris.
So it was it's a good documentary. I don't know if it's over, right? Like it's.
No, I think there's another episode this weekend.
Okay.
Tonight, I think.
If you haven't seen it, it's on Hulu. Very good doc, very real, and it's just giving you another side, man. You know, another side of what's going on. Other things that's going on right now. Snowfall is back.
Yeah, Franklin. Yeah,
Are you team Scully or team? Oh my God, what's the boy?
Man Boy.
I'm saying for him to even try it, showing that hey, there's a lack of respect. So you cut him off after that, or then you go to war. But at least you know what motivates him. You could at least sit down, even if you go to war with Man Boy. At some point, you're gonna sit down with him because he's gonna want it to end because he want to make the money.
Yeah.
So even if you could at least work with him, because you know what motivates him.
Yeah.
Scully. He just likes chaos. He's like the Joker.
Yeah,
he'll steal all the money just to burn it.
Yeah.
You can't do that with somebody like that.
He'll make a mural on his wall with it.
Yeah, you can't do that with nobody like that.
Yeah.
So he wild, he crazy, but it's set up to be a good.
And it's crazy because his baby mom is Man Boy's sister.
That don't mean nothing.
I know, it's just crazy.
Unfortunately, the game is the game, and I want to see what's happening with his pops, because I want his pops and his mom to make it. I really do.
I see
really
something
do.
happening.
I know.
Next
I know.
episode,
I feel it
they
too.
get caught up.
I feel it too.
I'm surprised his dad didn't get caught up, not with drugs again, but just in the crossfire, because of they're doing so good. You know, in stories like this, tragedy always happens.
Yeah, I'm waiting on it. I know one of them.
I can't
My
wait
prediction: one of them is dropping.
Yeah,
The mom and the pop,
it's probably
or my man with the Jerry curl.
The uncle. He need to cut that off, man.
No, it's the '80s. He was popping.
Is he supposed to be Big U?
No, not at all. But he's popping.
Now he's kind of like a G, but he's still like a little naive a little bit.
No, I think he's a dude that I can relate to him, because like you're not a sucker, right? Mm-hmm. He was peddling weed.
Yeah.
He had his little weed thing. He had a little Glock on lock.
He a little out of his.
He had his girl. You know, he chilling. But his girl got a taste of the fame, and it's more. I want to make money.
Yeah.
But it's costing us too much. But you win it now.
Yeah.
And it's your nephew.
Yeah, your nephew.
And you're gonna want to watch his back.
He's just a little over his head.
Yo, if Franklin came in tomorrow and told his uncle, "Yo, I'm done. I want to just stop," he would support him 100%.
Yeah.
But if Franklin like, "No, I want to do this."
Yeah, how you feel about him and his friend?
I believe Franklin, when they had that talk last season in the car, that's when Leon changed. Leon was like, "Yo," he kind of talking to me like
we
he's
didn't
my
start
little
this
homie.
together.
Yeah, like that's why he said, "Yo, I ain't come in. I ain't getting in this to be driving you around. I got my own thing going on. I can't go back to being your Yaza boss.
Yeah,
I got dreams of my own. Mm-hmm. Just respect that, and I'll stay out your way. You stay out of mine. I got my own little territory going on here.
Yeah,
I got workers. I got security. I'm good. I ain't no bitch. I'm a rock."
Mm-hmm.
But our dynamic can't do that, because I can't take orders from you. And plus, they kept bumping heads.
Yeah.
So it's like, one of them things. But
and he's a little hothead too.
Yeah, well, I think you need that if you're going to play this game too. You need a little hothead in this, because everything is about the look. You can't sit there and talk all this, "Oh, I'm the boss" stuff, and then when people try you, you got to respond.
Yeah. And Franklin wasn't always responding.
Well,
how Leon thought he should respond.
Right. He would respond in his own way.
Yeah.
He tried to be like mental about it and do this, do that. And Leon like, "No, let's get our guns," and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But once again, stand-up show.
Yeah.
I think it's the best thing out right now.
And it's definitely doing well without the director. Rest in peace, John Singleton. Without John Singleton.
He was doing all the joints?
I thought this was his show.
Nah, this is one of them shows where they got different directors, but occasionally he might have did one or two.
I thought he was the main boy.
Executive producer, I know.
Uh-huh.
What else we got here?
The showrunner.
About these trans athletes. Yo, I saw you sent me the joint where Shorty was like 7'2", easily like 300 pounds, like this brick mountain of a man, and because he relates as a woman now, he gets to play on the woman's team. It's just It's like LeBron said he could go to middle school because he feels like a 12th grader.
And then they had the MMA fighter that the one that was an actual biological woman, her skull was fractured.
Yeah.
In the fight, it was brutal. I mean, it's a brutal sport anyway, but it's still a difference between a man and a woman's physical makeup.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, when we have to give it a pass. We have to be tolerant, right? Because we want people to be tolerant of our blackness. So I got to be tolerant of your sexes, right?
Sexness.
Sexness, So you want to be a man, you want to be a woman, word. But you can't forgive physical attributes that are just different.
Yeah.
my hand looks different than my woman's hand.
I should hope so.
There's different bone structure. It's harder bones, softer bones, that type of stuff, right?
I mean, and then there are women that are, masculine looking, but still their biological makeup is different from a male's.
Right, and even if they were to fight, they would put them in a different weight class.
Yeah.
Right? So when you look at the total drastic thing of, say, basketball, where a man's physical, that's why they don't play this on the same team.
Yeah.
Because you can't match up physically with LeBron.
Yeah.
It's not a diss. I'm just saying the best female. The best woman basketball player versus LeBron. It's a different match, right?
Yeah.
Am I being sexist here?
I guess. No, not. I guess I agree, but not that you're being sexist. It's a difference. I mean, I know that there's women that are great that would put me in the dirt playing basketball.
Right. But here's it, like, if you race, right? Why they don't have unisex races then? Why do all the women race the women and the men race the men? But if you look at it, right, you can't have Usain Bolt going against the fastest woman because they say it ain't fair.
Right.
So the moment Usain Bolt wants to be Usaina Bolt, now she racing against women. It's the same legs.
Well, there was a high school track athlete that was transgender, and she competed in the women's track. But prior to that, was like bottom of the male ranking, but went over to women's track and became a star.
That's exactly my point.
So I mean, you definitely want to be sensitive, but I just think that's.
Let me see how deep it gets. You got a barber, right? Mm-hmm. That you see him like. You try to say, I try to go to this one guy.
Every 2 weeks.
Okay. What if he decided to be transgender? Would you still go see him every 2 weeks?
Yeah.
So
I've had a woman barber before.
Right. So something like that isn't based on his physical appearance. Isn't based on what he can do with the clippers.
Right.
So if you needed. I'm trying to think something mannish. Something that requires physicalness. Like if you're plumber. Well, that's being sexist. I'm being sexist.
Yeah.
Women can be plumbers. Okay. I'm trying to think of something that you would want a man to do.
If you want to fight, I mean, there's some women that can fight.
Right.
I know a sister that can knock dudes up.
Yeah, but would you call her when you run to rumble somebody? Probably not.
Probably
you want to run by a woman, yeah, you call her.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't match in a fight.
Yeah, but as far as sports, it's kind of hard. I mean, because it's kind of like an unfair advantage, really.
That's when I go back to say what's wrong with masculinity. There's nothing wrong with saying, yes, we have a leg up on physicalness than the woman species. It's not a diss. That's why they have women's volleyball, women's tennis. You know? That's why they have those things. So they compete with people that's in your wheelhouse.
Now, would that be the reason why, or was it just because at the time when these sports started, it was just a difference?
No, because you can have two different dressing rooms. The WNBA and the NBA can collide at any moment.
But Naismith invented basketball. If they had not have split it up into women's and men's basketball and just had basketball, would it be an issue?
I don't think so, because they have a different ball. Their ball is different.
Smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't even clash the two. They play with two different balls. And their shots are different.
And baseball and soft. Well, they have women's baseball. I don't know if the
basketball.
Yeah.
Well,
Remember League of Their Own? I mean,
Yeah,
there's
but
no professional.
Right,
but
yeah, because
do-
ain't nobody gonna look for that.
They still have. I mean, I know that they still have baseball leagues, but nothing like the major.
Yeah, they're like the football league, semi-pro.
Yeah.
The guys who just get together and they can wear
they
their
have
uniform.
softball, and men play softball too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't play together.
Yeah. Well,
on bar leagues, yeah. I'm talking about in a college game.
College game, yeah.
Rutgers has a softball team for women and a softball team for men.
Yeah, I don't think there are really any sports where men and women compete together other than
I think tennis. Don't they got mixed doubles? They got mixed doubles in tennis, right?
Okay, mixed doubles, yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah. Chess, debate,
That's nothing physical.
ROTC. I'm not sure.
I'm saying I think it's unfair for me to say, hey, I want to take some estrogen and grow some titties.
Well,
and I'm gonna tuck this penis, and now I can run amok. Well, I already got those. I already got those. I'm rocking with a B cup.
A 56A cup.
Yeah, I mean, but I was like, yo, I want to go out now.
Because the number is your back size, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think the number is a 56A. Like,
so I could go out now because I identify as a woman and run amok in the WNBA and be jamming on all these broads and doing all that. They be like, yo,
like Joanna Man.
Yeah, Joanna Man is not. Look,
you know what? He could have got him.
He could have got it off.
If that was now,
he
probably could have got that off.
A bench player in the NBA could be a star in the WNBA.
Yeah, in a wig and.
Just what you identify as, bro.
Yeah.
But shout out to
it's the world we live in.
It's the world we live in. I think we're going to have to.
And to each his own. No judgment here. We love everybody.
Yeah, no, yeah. Right now, yeah, I'm like
everybody.
that. You was waiting. You was looking at me like,
you was crying.
Here it goes. Here it come. And I'm like,
here comes the boom.
I said no. I thought about it for 2 seconds. I said no. Yeah. You know what? Where I'm at, I do.
Yeah.
But if you're whack, you're whack. Now here's the thing. I want to bring back, calling back when people are whack or when they do different stuff that's not hitting. We should be able to call it out. Yeah. People get upset when you say, I don't like that project. Yeah. Now, honestly, you're a creator. Mm-hmm. I'm just a fucking talkative podcast guy. But you actually sing. You actually do something creative. You would feel some type of way if you played me something and I was like, oh, that shit garbage. Because it was wrong with you that day. You would feel some type of way, wouldn't you?
You know what Erykah Badu said. She's an artist. I'm sensitive about.
But you shouldn't be if you're an artist. You got to.
But you got to understand that when you're an artist and you're creative and you're creating something, you're putting a piece of yourself in there. And sometimes it's hard to hear criticism about something that you're passionate about.
Got you.
I mean, even if you might know that it's not the best,
right?
But most artists aren't going to put something out that isn't their best, or they feel that that's their best.
It's like if I was talking about, hey, I kind of dabble in painting, so. Hey, I painted. What you think about that? You're like, damn, Vic, that shit look like garbage. I'm like, all right, man, I go back to the drawing board. Because it ain't about nothing to me. Because I just dabble in it. But if I was a DJ and I really took the time to blend in mixes and to have a sound and I let you hear it and you like, I don't know, cousin. I'm like, you motherfucker. You son of a bitch.
But see, I think I probably would be a little bit more gentle than you.
Right.
No, you're very frank, and I love that about you. But, I mean, I probably would. I mean, maybe because it's me and you.
Yeah.
I'd be like...
But I'm learning that you have to be... Look, I love this podcast. I played some for somebody I worked with not too long ago, and he was like, I don't really get it, right? I said, well, take it home, sit with it, and next time I bump into you, let me know. I didn't take it as a did, but he said, you know what? I just maybe didn't like the topic that I played because I just pull up some random joint to let him hear in the truck. But then there's people that's like, yo, man, you gotta do this, that, and the third. I don't try to look at it, and I know I'm just one person, but I don't try to look at it as a diss. Now, if it's something that I really wrote this song and I thought about the phrasing and I was in the studio coming to tears recording this, and then you play it for somebody and they go, yeah, I can understand them feeling the type of way.
Yeah.
But Let me put a booty on this jaw. Pause.
Yeah.
But I think as an artist, you can't be sensitive. You got to know everything don't hit. And if you take pride into the person that you're playing it for, obviously you're prefacing that by saying, hey, this is something I'm working on or whatever. You got to be like, all right, man, that's too symbol-y. Like, where's you at? It's like, too many symbols. And you like, you don't know what the fuck you talking. All you do is, I'm just telling you what I hear.
You hating.
Yeah.
Hater.
Why
but
I gotta be hating?
But you know what? There was one time where somebody criticized my music. They said that I sounded like PM Dawn. And I had to really look at myself because I was offended. And I really...
Hold on. Die Without You, though. Die Without You?
But you know what?
I'm going to play that on the way home. I
took it as an insult because of... I'm thinking KRS-One throw him off the stage. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That I actually look like him with the flower shirts. Okay. I took it that way. Okay. But I didn't really think about what this person said. Right. And even today, I really don't mess with them because of that. No, it was some other stuff that happened. Yeah. But you have to be open to criticism. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's how you just like we come here together. Yeah, it's how you do it. Because I could say that shit garbage, and you like, man, get out my house. Or you could say, like what I say about Guy Fieri when he don't like stuff, he'd be like, wow, that definitely is a sandwich. He's like, here you go, Guy. I did all this stuff to the sandwich. You take some bite. He's like, that is definitely a piece of bread in between some things. And so I can say, yo, man, the melody is dope. Who did the vocals? Oh yeah, that was you. And okay. You might need to do this and okay, maybe it's a little too bassy. It's how you do it. It's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? Because you could ultimately crush somebody's dream and make them stop. Well, you know what I'm saying? No. You shouldn't, but that happens. It should because sometimes people's words are very powerful. If I feel that I'm able to bring you down and never record again, if somebody told music, right? Hey, yo, man, he's a sensitive boy too. But I heard to interviews. I heard. If somebody told music, listen, you got a wandering eye, fam. Ain't no girl gonna listen to your song. You looking at me or you looking at them? Yeah, well, you looking at the audience. You looking at. Ain't nobody gonna say. But nobody said, hey, yo, take these sunglasses. And they'll be 2-3 albums deep before they even know you got a wandering eye, and it won't matter then. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? He might have been like, damn, homie talking about. You need a video for that. Yeah, I know. I needed to be visual for that. So he'd be like, yo, so boy talked about mine, man. I ain't never singing again. We would have never got love. Yeah. We would have never got best friend. You know what I'm saying? So nothing should stop your dream. It shouldn't, but for some people it does. I hear you. I hear you. But y'all can get at me. Let me know how I'm doing podcasting. And I still do. We definitely, even though I'm sick and I got the sniffles, I still come in here and break it down. And I'm sorry for we got the Lysol on deck. We got we got the Chris Lennon. You know what I mean? We got the Germex. I'm gonna make sure it's all cool before I leave here. But shout out to everybody that listens. Are we the only podcast that actually do it? Pause. What? That are in the studio together? No. A lot of people do it. Yeah. You know, the thing now is the thing now I'm noticing on local podcasts or the more recent ones, it's let's sit a mic in the middle of a room and we all sit on couches. Nobody has headphones on and they just talk. Yeah. Sounds really hollow. You hear this crispness? My teeth are out, so I don't have you hear this crispness that's coming through? They don't have that. It's like way in the background, and it's like, hey, and it's like 4 or 5 people talking at the same time. It's a little weird, but we're trying to separate ourselves from the pack. This is the FatBulCatchWreckShow. I'm your man, and next to me always is William Sankofa. 2 times. We'll be back next week. Please, y'all homework. Watch what do we say? Oh, Billie Holiday. Watch Billie Holiday versus United States of America. And we're coming back, and we're going to talk about that next week. Billie Holiday and anything that's going on. And you know what? I know y'all forgot we're doing a feud review next week.
Everything has been kind of crazy scheduling wise, but we're getting it to you people. And hit us up on all these socials: Facebook, Instagram, Apple Music, all that stuff. Okay?
Yeah.
We'll be back. Yeah, Spotify, the whole nine. We'll be back next week.
It's a quick one.
Yeah, we trying to get these trimmed down a little bit too, because I've been noticing the playing field. Everybody give you about an hour, a little less, 45 minutes. Nice, quick, concise, especially be every week.
Yeah.
If we was like every other week, then I could see the 1 or 2 hour format, but we try to give you this art every week, and this is episode 1T2. Oh, go ahead.
We gotta talk about, before we go, rest in peace.
Oh, there we go.
To Prince Markie D.
Yeah, we forgot. We didn't wax poetic on it last week because we had Ed here, and it just But when I think about the beginnings of hip hop, and they were the first ones to bring the funny mainstream. Disorderlies was a good movie, not good in the aspect of The Color Purple, Malcolm X. No.
It was a comedy,
but it was a comedy,
hip-hop,
but it wasn't goofy. It wasn't a lot of cooning.
Yeah.
3 fat orderlies that get with this white guy and have to. And
it was kind of Baps before his time.
Yeah, and the comedy ensues. But the FatBoys are definitely up there. Icons.
I mean, for me, the FatBoys changed my life because at that time, I was fat. I was a fat boy, young. I might have been like 12 years old, maybe a little younger. And when I was like 10. When the FatBoys came out, I saw myself. I was buff. I was the beatbox of my crew. You know what I'm saying? And it made me feel proud to be myself and not be, timid or. It kind of gave me put a little battery in my back about being chubby.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? And being able to handle myself. That helped me become part of that, helped me become witty and have comebacks when people would, you know how you crack jokes and John and burn each other up. And when you're kids, that made me sharp with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I had some confidence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they were definitely role models. If you were big
and they could rhyme. They could really rhyme.
They got
you know
some
what I'm saying?
joints.
Even though they had the commercial stuff with the
all you can eat
with the Beach Boys and Wipeout, and then they had the Freddie song. But those dudes could really rap, and they were in the beginning of hip hop. They were stars. They were on Fresh Fest with Run DMC, Curtis Blow, and they were definitely something that made me be proud of who I am. And I still, reverence them today. You know what I'm saying? Hence the name FatBulCatchWreck. You know what I'm saying? Because we are fat boys and we doing things our way, and we are doing things to entertain and bring joy and bring happiness to other people.
Just like they did.
Yep. So definitely a rest in peace to Prince Markie D, to Buff Human Beatbox, and shout out to Kuroksky. Follow him on Facebook. He's not Fat Boy anymore, but they definitely hold a big place in my hip hop heart.
Well, when you're teenagers like they were, that's when you're supposed to be chubby. You're reveling it. Like you said, you was going through it. I was going through it. So it's like, but you grow into it. You know what I mean? You're a little different. So I had the gazelles and all of that. Say word. Back then. Buffy was a legend, man.
Yeah.
The whole thing, man. There you go. Oh my! Yo, don't let me get my pad and pen out, bro. It's the FatBulCatchWreckShow, man. We gonna be out of here. I'm gonna go and listen. I Die Without You by PM Dawn now because you got me thinking about that. And which is
shout out to that person that said that too.
Nah, man, don't shout you out, man. You trying to come in my man's neck, man. What you did, huh? Where's the song you wrote at, huh? Don't worry, I got you. I'm your goon.
No doubt.
We out of here, man. See you next week. You heard?
Yeah.
FatBulCatchWreck. We out.
Peace.